What's up, investors? It's the Russian dude. Let's go straight to the point and talk about some ridiculous Russian propaganda. Okay, so today we have Nizhny Tagil. This is a city in Russia, and so apparently one of the recent days, President Vladimir Putin visited a school and he was sitting in one of the desks. And so apparently this became a local kind of monument, this became a local sanctuary. I don't think any single school kid was ever allowed to sit where Putin sat. And so they even put like this frame saying that in this specific desk our President Glorious Vladimir Putin was sitting. And so yeah, this became some kind of a holy place for the local government authorities. They wanted to go sit in exactly the same place, take pictures with it, men, women, everyone. Sometimes they couldn't even decide who sits first, so they were sitting all together. And so, I mean, yeah, talk about the cult of a personality. I don't think it exists in Russia, right? And before I give you an update from the south and the east of Ukraine and Russians literally victoriously retreating from one of the crucial cities, guys, very quick and unfortunately a serious disclaimer. So as of recently, I know I've been complaining a lot about YouTube, but looks like the problem reached its pinnacle, because as of recently YouTube did shadow ban and put limitations not on just my videos but on the entire channel itself, which basically means that those videos I'll be uploading moving forward will not be recommended to any new audiences. Some of you guys also will not receive notifications. For this reason, yes, and the reason I do know it is because I did try to upload my previous video, it still gave me restrictions and limitations. I did try uploading one of my videos from the past, which did pass the checks at first, and now the very same video does not pass checks anymore. So I mean, yeah, what else confirmation do you need? Long story short, unfortunately, slowly but surely, the Russian Dude channel, this one, will die. But guys, we can extend it a little bit more. Just please simply like this video and subscribe to my channel, and if you do not get notifications about me posting videos, just please go ahead and manually check my channel. You already know the schedule, I upload every single day at 6 AM Eastern Standard Time. And share these videos with your friends, just like in the good old times, because YouTube algorithm is no longer helping the Russian Dude channel. And I also decided to focus more right now on my Patreon, because following these shadow ban and limitations on my channel from YouTube means that the revenue from this platform will also decrease by more than 90%, simply saying I will not be making any money from YouTube, but I will continue posting videos right here. And in order to give more benefits to Patreon subscribers, I decided to add one additional chapter to my Patreon videos, which will be non-existent in these YouTube videos. Also, obviously, in addition to everything being fully uncensored and Russian Dude episodes being uploaded hours in advance before they go live on YouTube. Guys, as always, you can find the link to my Patreon down below. Thank you so much for your support, because your support and donations is what will keep the Russian Dude going in the near future. And just honestly, it has been real fun the last couple of years, until unfortunately this YouTube censorship clownship started only like a couple of months ago and pretty much ruined everything. They won, I give up, but I don't give up on you guys. The videos will continue, and since it's gonna be most of them restricted anyways, it's no even point me saying metallic cylinders anymore. I'm just gonna call them missiles, like it is what they are. And so with this out of the way, now guys, once again, thanks so much, and let's continue. Right, now let me give you a really quick update from the front lines, and our first stop brings us to the south, to the small settlement called Berdyansk, where several days ago a local headquarters/Z base of Russians has been destroyed by Ukrainians. Next is the video from Kherson region, which shows us the drone FPV operators of Ukrainians, which fly their drones as far as 28 plus kilometers. They were able to find some howitzers of Russians, and they were able to precisely target its weakest spots, destroying these combat mechanisms of the Z army. And what is even more ridiculous about this particular video is that the drones were literally flying around these howitzers for more than 3 minutes. Not a single Russian was like, well, this is a very strange sound, let me go and check it. No, Ukrainians did all of this absolutely uninterrupted, and, well, yeah, they were able to successfully complete their mission once again more than 28 kilometers away from the operators themselves. Next we go to Bryansk region, already located on the territory of Russia, and one of the extremely expensive Russian raiders called Nebo-U, which reportedly costs more than $100 million, has been destroyed by Ukrainians. Yes, on the territory of Russia. In Krasna Hora, located already along the eastern front lines, Ukrainians were able to terminate, let's call it like this, large self-propelled artillery system of Russians and ammunition depot. And then in Krasnohorivka, a true phenomenon of the Z army. This turtle tank appeared, which is like literally a tank with the pieces of roof on top of it. I don't know what they're trying to protect it against, from what, because this is just small, very small, just roof, like this, just metal. But well, they decided to use it. There is even a video of this tank in action, and surprisingly, it was left unharmed. But unfortunately, according to these maps by Deep State, Russians were able to advance in several locations, such as Ocheretny, Berdichev, Avdiivka direction, Krasnohorivka, which is north of Marinka, and Staromayorsky, which is west of Ukhledar. And speaking about Avdiivka, even though right now there is no major news coming from this settlement, the activities they still continue until today, as of we speaking. And so right here is the satellite image with approximate losses of the Russian army in terms of the military vehicles only on 15 square kilometers territory, and this number is exceeding 90 units. But this is not even the highest number. Novomykhailivka, the settlement we've been talking about several times in the past, Russians were conducting several activities against it for the several last months at this point. And so there is this guy on Twitter who was counting the number of losses of Russian military units, and he came up with the number of 267. In Novomykhailivka, once again, the city not too many people talk about, and it is a triple-digit number of units. You can only anticipate, you can only assume the real number of decommissioned military vehicles of the Z army across the entire Ukrainian front lines. But if you thought this was a major event of today's video, wait, there is more. You remember this settlement called Kreminna, where almost more than a year at this point Russians are trying to advance, Ukrainians do not let them do it at all, and well, apparently, Ukrainians themselves started doing a small, at least localized counteroffensive, which allowed them to recapture some very important positions closer to this settlement. And Russians even had to victoriously retreat to much more fortified, much more advantageous defensive positions. At least this is what the Russian propaganda claims, but we already know what victorious retreating means. They left some entrenched positions to never return. And now, as promised, just for my Patreon members, right here is one extra chapter. We're gonna talk about truly mind-blowing statistics of Russians and Ukrainians since the beginning of this special military operation. So guys, if you want to watch it, once again, the link to my Patreon is down below. This support right now means everything to me. Thank you so much. And well, there you have it. As always, guys, please consider subscribing to my channel, as YouTube will no longer notify majority of you, so we don't miss each other. Please consider checking my Patreon for these extra chapters, extra footage, uncensored episodes, early access to the episodes. Don't forget about the Russian Dude merch, hoodies, t-shirts, cases, all this kind of stuff. Thanks so much for watching, and see you tomorrow.